you are? Okay. All right, put down, I already said your name, so write down. This name's easy to spell.
Taylor Frank?
Is it Taylor Frank or Frank Taylor?
Taylor Frank.
Taylor Frank. He just got off the left. I think he's gonna take that personal.
Good.
All right. What's your story about?
It's about a pretty rough day I had last summer.
All right. Misery loves company, so tell us your story. Go.
All right. I'm sure that all of us have had those days where everything just seems to get progressively worse and worse, and I think it can't get any worse, and it does. Well, last summer, it actually started out pretty well, and me and a couple friends, we went out to the McPherson Water Park, and we were just hanging out there. It's what we usually do on a summer day, and met up with some girls out there. Had a good time, and ended up having to come back after a while because I had to work that afternoon. And I had just got in my car, and we were just leaving McPherson, and we were going over an overpass, and I wanted to show off, of course, so we're right behind each other, and decide I'm going to whip over on the upside of this bridge and just floor it and zoom right past them. And the second we get to the top of the bridge, my heart drops, and I slam on the brakes without looking or anything. I see the cop at the bottom of the bridge, and I'm trying to play it off like I wasn't just speeding like crazy, and I knew that he would have had to see me because he's waiting for some stupid kid just like that to come over the bridge. And get right past him, and he flips on his lights, and I'm trying to kind of weave in through a couple cars at the stoplight to maybe get away from him or something. I knew it wasn't going to work. And so I pull over into a parking lot at a bank right there, and he pulls me over, and I was hoping maybe it was a girl I could sweet talk my way out of it. Of course not. It's a big guy, and I knew I was going to either have to outsmart him or just take it. And of course, my lame excuse of not knowing the speed limit or something stupid like that didn't work. So I got like $150 ticket for going 15, 20 over. And that kind of ruined the first part of the day. And then I get back to work, or get back home and go to work, and things start to look a little bit better because we get out. They let me go home like probably 3-4 hours early, and so I was like, okay, there's still some time left today and have some fun. So I called my two friends back up, and we end up going to my house, and out of boredom and lack of proper equipment, we decided to make a new game. We called it basketball. And basically it was just a baseball bat and a basketball, and we just take turns hitting the basketball with an aluminum baseball bat, and we just rotate after each person would get a hit. And it was probably my second or third turn, and I just got done saying how when you hit the basketball that it recoils because it's not as solid as a baseball, so it'll bounce back quite a bit. And just got done saying that, my friend throws, with like an under-toss pitch, throws it kind of high, comes up right about here, and I still swing, comes right back, and hits me right in the face. And instantly drop the bat, and they're kind of speechless, but kind of laughing because they're not sure how serious it was. And all of a sudden, my hands are all bleeding, and it's all over the floor. On the ground because we're out in the middle of the street, and they run up into the house and get my mom, and she thought that they were kidding, didn't think it was serious at first either, until she sees me stumbling up with my head over like this all the way up to the front of the house, and she's freaking out, runs back in, grabs all of her stuff and a shirt because we were just playing shirtless because it was summer, kind of hot, and we get in the car and we're going all the way across town to the hospital. And put the shirt on, and unluckily enough, it was my sister's shirt. So it looks pretty ridiculous. And had to spend the rest of the day at the hospital with my sister's shirt on. But on my way there, I decided I should probably document this. So I just started taking pictures of myself with my phone so that I can put it up on Facebook. And of course, that's #1 priority in my head at this time for some reason. And we get to the hospital, and it takes probably 20-30 minutes for us to get checked in and get into a room. So I'm sitting there with this big gash across my head, probably from the top of my nose, and it looks like the top of my nose all the way across my forehead. We get in there, and the doctor tells us that there's no fractures or anything. I would have been positive that I fractured my skull or something. And so he's telling me he's going to have to stitch me up, and starts numbing it with the needles and everything, which is ironically probably the most painful part of getting
Mhm.
any injuries, numbing it. And about halfway through, 5 or 6 stitches in, the numbing starts to wear off, and I can start feel every single stitch that goes in. And I tell him that, and he says, well, I'm going to have to stick you a couple more times to numb it, and it's just going to be a little bit more painful, and you only have like 3 or 4 stitches left, so you can try and tough it out. And so I tried to tough it out, of course, without the numbing, showing I was a big boy. And so I'm laying there, and he finishes up, and I'm, of course, tearing up and everything. And we finally get home about midnight, and that was the end of a pretty rough day.
All right. Definitely.